Alrighty, that is all the NBA we had to go over for today. So now let's shift gears to the NFL, and we're not even going to be starting with the stories, folks. We are going straight into our man Malik Willis, folks. Can this man be a starting quarterback in the NFL? Should this man be the first quarterback taken in this year's draft? Should he be taken first overall? Should the Jaguars dump Trevor Lawrence to get Malik Willis? Should we be having that discussion after we watch this man and break down his stats and tape? Well, let's find that out, folks, and let's see which team is going to potentially pull the trigger on him as well. Y'all know we got the Panthers, we got the Saints, both got some top 10 picks here, potentially wanting to get a quarterback. And I meant to say the Seahawks, not the Saints, but also the Saints could be in contention as well. They would have to wait a little bit later into the draft because they pick at 16. But there are teams this season that could use a quarterback, a rookie quarterback. Let's see if Malik Willis is going to fit that bill. So here we go. Our first NFL 2022 NFL Draft Prospect Breakdown of the year, folks, and it only took us till April 12th to get the first one in. We still got a couple of days before the draft, so I guess we're not too late, but let's see what Malik Willis has for us. So here we go, folks. Malik Willis, Auburn quarterback. He's buzzing, folks. He's buzzing. He was buzzing after the pro day. He was buzzing after the combine. This man has truly been the talk of the town, quarterback-wise, rookie quarterback-wise, in the national media. So let's see if we agree. Are the stats backing it up? We break down the stats. Y'all know kind of, we have to refresh y'all because we haven't broken down a college quarterback yet this year. But, you know, we obviously take the stats, we take the film. But another key thing that we put a lot of stake into this, folks, is their bowl game performances. So much time to prepare for a bowl game. I'm talking you got about a full month just to prepare for one game, so you better go out there, and if you don't win it, you better be playing your tail off in a close game all throughout and just came up a little bit short regardless of what happened. But we really need to see perfect execution in these bowl games. So we'll see if Malik Willis got to any bowl games, played well in those bowl games, and what he looked like in general. So let's start breaking them down. Let's start with the stats, and then we'll go to some film. Got some nice clips, got some nice highlight tapes from him, and all of that. So here we go. Malik Willis started out in Auburn in 2017, 2018, but he wasn't really playing there, folks. Attempted 7 passes freshman year and 7 passes sophomore year for 14 passes in total at Auburn, and he just wasn't getting playing time, so he decided to transfer to Liberty for his final 2 years, and this is when he really picked it up. So first 2 years in college couldn't fit the bill at Auburn, and let's see who the quarterback was at Auburn 2017 and 2018. Who did he get beat out by? Is this man in the NFL? Did he get beat out by an NFL level talent? Let's see. We had Jarrett Stidham and Devin Adams. Will Appleton, they carried 5 quarterbacks. They had Sean White, Will Appleton, Devin Adams, and then the highest big name, Jarrett Stidham, who did get into the NFL. But we know Jarrett Stidham, nothing really good from the man. Never really got an opportunity, but, you know, we've seen this man in action a little bit. Backing up, I believe, for the Patriots, Jarrett Stidham. We get Jarrett Stidham in a Patriots jersey. Let's see what quickly Jarrett Stidham did in the NFL. Quickly bring this man up. Here we go. Jarrett Stidham. Yeah, New England. Just a couple of years in New England so far. Never had, the chance to really play. They got Mac Jones over Jarrett Stidham still. So Jarrett Stidham really wasn't that good. And Malik Willis kind of got beat out by him 2017. Now let's see what happened 2018 at Auburn. Was it still Jarrett Stidham, or did somebody else come in and kind of beat him out? Now, it wouldn't be good. It would not be good if they just brought in another quarterback. Jarrett Stidham left and all that. So let's see who the starting quarterback was for Auburn in 2018, the following year. Here we go. We had Jarrett Stidham again. All right, 2,700 yards, 18 touchdowns, and once again, Malik Willis could not beat out Jarrett Stidham. All right, not looking too good right off the rip, but he ended up transferring to Liberty in 2020 and ended up playing there. So let's take this man's stats from the 2020 season, his junior year at Liberty. He goes 64% completion percentage. Now, okay, that's still a little bit light, folks. Once again, 62 to 65, that's good in the NFL. But when we're talking college, folks, we really got to see like 67 to 70. That's really what's impressive in college, especially if you're going to go and play at Liberty. Independent. I mean, come on. You were at Auburn in the SEC. Couldn't beat out Jarrett Stidham. Now you have to go to a lesser collegiate division, the independent conference. And you couldn't really kind of fit the bill. I mean, we're talking about 64% completion percentage. That's nothing good. And why we have these higher bars in college, you may say, well, shouldn't you have a lower bar in college? It's a less professional sport. No. We've got worse defenses in college. Absolutely atrocious defenses in college. Colleges rarely even play defense. They rarely even send anybody out there on defense, folks. We all watch college football every Saturday. Don't you only see the offense out there? They don't even put a defense out there, folks. So, only 64%, that's really light. 2,200 yards, that's light as well. And we get 20 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. All of that just seems so light to me, folks. It's a little bit too light. Is this man a dual threat quarterback? Is this man rushing all over the place? Well, yeah, we get a couple of rushing yards. All right, now we're talking 944 rushing yards in 2020, and he had another 14 touchdowns on that. So, all right, overall 34 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Do we get fumbles lost? See, and once again, this is the only stat where it's so hard to truly find an accurate number. We truly must find a better way to track fumble losses and all that. Sports Reference has a real issue tracking forced fumbles, lost fumbles, and all that. Fumbles recovered, forced fumbles, all that, fumbles lost. They have a real issue with tracking those, unfortunately. So we do have 14 touchdowns. We really can't see any fumbles here. Can't really find any of his fumbles, unfortunately. But all right, 34 touchdowns, 6 turnovers at the minimum. So not bad there. And he put up over about 3,000 yards, about 3,200 total yards from scrimmage through the run and the pass. So not bad overall, but that completion percentage, that's a little alarming. Everything else, all right. The touchdowns, it's pretty much there. Running the pass, 6 interceptions, that's fine. Single digits, all right. 3,000 total yards, pretty okay as well. But that 64%, I don't know. That's really throwing me off. But let's go into 2020 because he did get to a bowl game. Did he win the bowl game? Did he look good in the bowl game? So, first bowl game in 2020 against Coastal Carolina. They get the win. Bango, bango. Love it. Winning a bowl game. Fantastic. He threw 65% completion percentage, so above his average. We can definitely get behind that. 210 yards. No touchdown. 2 interceptions. That's not good. But he did have 137 rushing yards and 4 rushing touchdowns, so that was good. But I mean, to be a dual threat in the NFL, we need the passing numbers to be good. Kyler Murray's good at running and throwing. Russell Wilson is good at running and throwing. Lamar Jackson is good at running and throwing. Ryan Tannehill is good at running and throwing. You can't just be a running quarterback in the NFL. That does not work anymore. I don't know if that's ever really worked. But it doesn't work now in today's NFL. So, all right, we're really going to be having to key in on when we watch his highlights that we have queued up. We're truly going to have to look at ball placement because accuracy seems to be his biggest issue. All right, so first year at Liberty, not bad overall. We'll give him that. A solid first year starting. First year starting in college. I'll give him a good grade there. We'll give him a thumbs up there. But let's see if he got better in 2021. So here we go. He played 13 games this year. Only played 10 the first year at Liberty. And then just this season, he played 13. But look at this, folks. 61% completion percentage. Oh, folks, this is disgusting. This is bad. 61, we have to call it like it is. That's bad, folks. That's bad in the NFL. That's Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold threw worse than that. We know that's bad. But this is bad, folks. 61%, that's nothing good, folks. Oh, goodness. 2,800 yards passing, so still under that 3,000-yard passing mark. He did have 27 touchdowns. Touchdowns did go up passing-wise, but so did interceptions. So more throws, less completion percentage, more touchdowns, but also more turnovers. So everything increases, good and bad, when the throw totals go up as well. 339 attempts this season compared to 265 attempts his first season, where he did pretty decent. So, man, oh man, you give him more throws, he's not making them at a better percentage clip rate. That's not good. But let's see, was his rushing good this year? No, the rushing went down, 878 yards, 13 touchdowns. So, rushing went down, passing went up, but passing production went down. I'm not liking this, folks. Look at this. Everything went down. He got worse. We got worse. We can't buy into somebody getting worse every year in college. That's kind of our knock on Trey Lance. We only saw Trey Lance 1 year in college because the next year it got shut down for COVID and he had a worse year so far. Granted, it was only one game, but still, he got worse. He got worse in college. Oh, this is not good for Malik Willis. He's really going to have to wow us in the film because these numbers are a big old woof out here. But he did get to another bowl game in 2021. Is this man just clutch? Let's see. Here we go. His second bowl game against Eastern Michigan. They get the win. Yes, love it. Winning the bowl games, folks. That's fantastic. Pulling it out in the clutch. All right, let's break down the stats. But look at this, folks. In the bowl game, 54% completion percentage. Look at these last three games. Look at these last 3 games of the season before the bowl game, folks. 3 straight losses. 3 straight losses before the bowl game. 64% completion percentage, 0 touchdowns, 3 interceptions for only 173 yards. That's not good overall. Completion percentage is good, but everything else that we said was trash. Then, another loss, 41% completion percentage, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. And then the third game, 52% completion percentage, 305 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. I mean, this is not good overall, folks. I don't know if we take a chance on Malik Willis, man. Oh, man. All right, so passing in the bowl game wasn't good. What did he do rushing in the bowl game? We had 58 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns. So, the man's a good rusher. The man may have some speed, but look at this little nugget of information, and this is what we're really going to have to focus on right here, folks, because what is our big narrative of the offseason? I know we haven't really gotten into it much, but, there's a lot going on. We didn't expect to get to it early anyway, but look at this, folks. 6'1". 6'1" shorty out here. We don't support the short quarterbacks anymore. We're done. This is a huge factor now. I would not draft any quarterback under 6'3". I wouldn't, folks. I know we're going to kind of dissect all of that. What do tall quarterbacks look like? Do they perform better overall than smaller quarterbacks? That's kind of the narrative that we're going to be looking into this offseason in the NFL. But Malik Willis being 6'1" with those mediocre/bad stats, not really doing himself any favors out here. So optically, by the numbers, yikes, I'm not buying into Malik Willis. And really, what won Malik Willis? What upgraded Malik Willis into kind of the national talking spotlight? What upgraded Malik Willis into the potential number 1 quarterback taken in this year's draft? His pro day, where he threw to wide open players. This is what caught everybody, folks. This is why he rocketed in the mock draft, because this single throw right here from his pro day, launching it. I mean, man, oh man, what a ball. I mean, this almost broke Twitter, folks. It almost broke Twitter when this came out March 22nd. Yes, we've been trying to watch this man on the show since March 22nd at minimum. And just look at the big throw. I mean, he's throwing it from his own 40 40-yard line, getting it all the way down to the 10. I mean, we're talking about 50 yards. Maybe even 55. Let me make sure here. Where do you throw this one? 45? 35. All right, man, oh man. Yeah, we definitely got to upgrade these yards a little bit more. Throwing it from the 35, getting it all the way down to the 10. We're talking about 55 yards clean right there, folks. 15 to the 35 to the 50, that's 15. 50 to the 10, that's 40. 40 plus is 15, folks. That's 55 yards clean right there by Malik Willis. So, he's got a big arm. 55 yards clean is fantastic. But, folks, let's keep this in mind. Big throws happen all the day at the pro day. Let's go back to last season. Zach Wilson. Remember his big old throw that broke the internet once again. 35 down to about the 10. Almost the same exact 55-yard sling. This time, Zach Wilson did a little bit on the run. A little bit of the flip of the hips. Where Malik Willis just kind of did it flat-footed. Stepping into the throw, a normal release, not rolling out of the pocket. But once again, Zach Wilson didn't kind of blow everybody's socks off this season. And really, once again, Zach Wilson only got kind of talked about at the college level when he was at his pro day. That increased his draft stock. And then, when did people start talking about Zach Wilson in the NFL? When he had that big throw in the game against the Titans real early on in the season. That big throw to Corey Davis down the right sideline. He was slinging the ball all around in that game. The big throws. And did they lose that game? They lost that game still? Or did they pull it out? Against the Titans. No, they won. They won. Fourth game of the year, their first win. And that's when everybody started to talk about Zach Wilson because of the big throw. So let's not get too bogged down by one or two big throws, especially at a pro day. That doesn't really tell us the full picture. And we saw Zach Wilson after that Titan game. It's not like he continued to get better and better and better and better and better from those big throws to Corey Davis. No, he didn't really show any improvement from that point. That was his best game of the season, his best performance of the season. 61% completion percentage. That was his second highest. His actual highest was against Jacksonville week 15, but once again, that's against Jacksonville. See? Oh, Carson. Oh my goodness. Do you see what happened, Carson Wentz? So don't feel sorry for Carson Wentz at all. Please, I'm begging y'all, do not feel sorry for the man, because Zach Wilson beat Jacksonville week 16 with 63% completion percentage and only 100 yards passing. So please spare me on Carson Wentz. He got what he deserved, folks. Jim Irsay had it right. The man is a fool. The man is a clown. He ruined this team. He ruined the locker room. Nobody's got faith in Carson Wentz anymore. Let's digress a little bit. But yeah, Zach Wilson was only talked about after that Titans game. And then nobody really kind of updated their thinking. In my opinion, everybody's still holding on to that Zach Wilson versus the Titans. Just like everybody was holding on to Zach Wilson at the pro day. At his pro day at BYU. Don't hold on to Malik Willis's pro day big throw. It doesn't tell the full picture. So now that we have all this in mind, let's see what this man is doing out on the field. We've got Malik Willis's 2021 highlights. The numbers are not good. He had a big throw at a pro day, but maybe this man just pops off the screen. Maybe the receivers were bad. They were dropping all the passes. Maybe this man threads the needle so perfectly that we are going to be picking up our jaw off the floor, but he's gonna have to show us something special to make up for those numbers, because I cannot support and endorse and get behind those numbers. So, here we go, Malik Willis. What do you got? Show us what you've got. Here we go, Malik Willis's highlights. You better show us something good. I need pinpoint accuracy from start to finish, and this is an 11-minute highlight tape, so you've got a lot of chances. So here we go, folks. Malik Willis first throw. He's airing it out a little bit out here, launching it from his own from the opponent's 45-yard line, getting it all the way down to the 10. Nice 35-yard strike, and this one is on the money, pinpoint accurate, bingo bango. Receiver's about 3 yards open, which is once again an open by a mile in college. Once again, in the NFL, you're only about to get a half a step, a full step at max, about 2 steps in front of the defender to be open. So the fact that these receivers are already three 3 feet of separation, I mean, that's easy. 3 steps of separation, that's a little bit of an easier throw. But all right, still good accuracy. Here we go. Malik Willis in the red zone, taking off first. Look at his speed, and it's some good speed so far. Wide open. Nobody really kind of giving him chase, but overall, that's some solid speed. We can see it. All right, here we go. Next throw up. Once again, going deep. Nice boundary throw, getting it over the corner. Once again, about 3 steps of separation. Malik Willis back in the red zone. The little bit of the read option attempted there. Little bit of a look design quarterback run. He beats everybody to the corner and squeaks in for the touchdown. So once again, patient runner. He knows the system of, kind of running out of the backfield, that whole kind of read option, run look that we all know NFL quarterbacks do all the time. So, all right, rounding the corner, looking good. Here we go, back in the red zone, a nice little comeback throw. That's all on the receiver, but a nice 3rd and 6 to pick up the first down. The ball was at the marker, so that's exactly what we want to see. Everything after is all on the receiver. Here we go, Malik Willis running right up the middle, and look at that speed, folks. We call that Indiana Boulder speed, but he does not have conditioning, because that man slowed down to an absolute stop and got brought down. Why don't you just keep running? Why don't you just keep running? Why'd you try to go back inside? So the man does not have a lot of adjustment to him. The man doesn't have a lot of quick cuts to him. The acceleration is not there, but he does have a little bit of Indiana Boulder talent, running right up the middle between those 2 defenders before they converge, before Indiana Jones gets smushed by the closing door. He slides under it, grabs the hat that fell off as well. That is the Indiana Jones Boulder move. You love to see it. All right, here we go. Malik Willis with the fake screen and then run with it. And once again, it's some good speed. The man is looking quick. If we have to rank them, we say Kyler Murray's the quickest, Lamar Jackson's 2, and maybe Malik Willis could be number 3 on that list. Faster than Russell Wilson, faster than Ryan Tannehill. Is there another dual threat quarterback I'm forgetting? Here we go, wide open throw. This one is, it's a tad underthrown. A tad, really tadly, folks. Truly nitpicking there. And once again, only about 40 yards. All right, what else do we get? Malik Willis, another 45-yard throw, one-on-one matchup. And once again, this is a little underthrown. This one just falls right in the pocket. Defender really lost track of the ball. It's not like the receiver went up and grabbed it. I'm not loving it, folks. I'm going to be real with you. He's really not wowing me. He's not winning me over. He's not moving the needle. A nice, perfect read option here by Malik Willis. Decision-making on the read option is magnificent. He chose the absolute right call. That running back got blown up in the backfield before he could even kind of pretend to hand off the ball. He keeps it, sneaks in 2 yards for the touchdown. So, all right, in the red zone, once again, gadget guy absolutely can be fantastic in the red zone, but we know that doesn't work in the NFL. We've seen the Saints try. We've seen teams try to be like, all right, we've got like this special quarterback that we only really want to use in the red zone because we can utilize the shorter field. We can utilize his legs and the misdirections and the fakes and the screens and all that. We've seen teams try to do that. The Saints, with Taysom Hill and Jameis Winston, they try to tie them both together, and it just never works. So you can't have this, all right, you quarterback from the 20 to the 20, and then you quarterback inside the red zone. So we know you're not going to be able to do that with them because it doesn't work, even though, I don't think teams would even do that, but we know it just doesn't work. So you can't even have that idea. Once again, Cam Newton trying to still be in the league, he can only really work in the red zone. He's only really good in the red zone. You can't have Cam Newton on your team just to work in the red zone. It will not work for your team. Regardless if the players want to do it, the coaches want to do it, it just won't work. It will not succeed. It will not win games. All right, so here we go. Malik Willis once again out in front. All right, one moment, folks. Hello? Okay, copy. Yep. All right, Malik Willis back in the red zone here where he plays his best football. And nice, out in front, quick to the flat throw. Receiver takes it the final 8 yards, and that's what it is. So Malik Willis, what do we got? Next throw up. Oh, this is going to be a bomb. Is this a bomb? 30-yard bomb. Nice. And once again, I mean, these throws, they're just not impressive to me, folks. I'm not seeing a lot of air underneath these balls for like true one-on-one go up and get it balls. All these are a little bit wide open. And I know we can't really knock. Wow, that's a great route. Holy moly. What a route right here by number 3. That second move. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. A little bit of a wheel route a little bit right there. Oh, my God. And he just absolutely burns that defender. I'm loving the receiver more than the quarterback right here. And this actually happened with us last year as well. When we were watching a quarterback, we loved a receiver, Semi Fehoko. Well, shout out to Semi Fehoko, folks. I mean, I know he didn't play last year, but now the quarterbacks, they don't have Amari Cooper. Or the Cowboys, they don't have Amari Cooper. A lot of their quarterbacks, or, geez Louise, a lot of their wide receivers. So watch out for Semi Fehoko to pop off this season. Forgot all about Semi Fehoko. Love that, man. He was looking great. Stanford, I believe, last season. But yeah, let me get him number 3 here. I'm loving number 3 of Liberty. Screw Malik Willis. Go draft this receiver. That second move on the just a quick, looked like it was just going to be a quick out to the right, but then he does a wheel route off of it in that second move. Sheesh. That was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant ran route right there. Let me go. Hang on, folks. What game was this? Let me see if I can bring up this man's name quickly. This was against Syracuse. All right, let me go to Malik Willis's game against Syracuse here. Let me see who scored this touchdown. Who's number 3 scoring touchdowns out here? What do we got? What do we got? 21-14, fourth quarter. Here we go. Who is number 3? Because I'm drafting him. Fourth quarter. Here we go. Demario Douglas. Is he draft eligible? Only 5'8". He's only 5'8"? All right, we might have a problem here. 5'8". I don't know if we can do 5'8". Jeez. 5'8". Oof, that was a great route. Man, oh man. Demario Douglas. He's 3 years in. He's 3 years freshman. How are you 3-year freshman at Liberty? How does that make sense? I know eligibility, folks. Okay. But he had 701 yards last season, 6 touchdowns. Yeah. So I don't know if this man is draft eligible because he was still a freshman. Let me see if I can bring this up. Can I just Google the man's name? Demario Douglas. Draft eligible. We got anything on him? Demario Douglas. Watch out for the man, folks. Douglas has evolved into more than a slot receiver for Liberty. You tell it, newsadvance.com. I'm already seeing it, and that was only one play. Alrighty. So I don't think he's draft eligible. Maybe coming back next year. All right. I'll do a little bit more research on this man to see if this man's going to be making the draft this year. He has to wait till next year, but I'm loving Demario Douglas, folks. Let's keep that man a little bit on notice. All right, what else do we got here? Keep throwing to Demario Douglas. The man's got 6 touchdowns. I want to see them all. All right, nice little comeback route. Nothing really on Malik Willis. He's not living up to the hype, I'll tell you that. He's not living up to the hype for me. Well, a little bit of a broken play right here, trusting his receivers, but he didn't even throw to the receiver that had his hand up. So, is that good? Here he goes, launching it out. A nice high point ball. Who went up and got that? That's not Douglas. Oh, it is Demario Douglas. Look at Demario Douglas go up and get this ball at 5'8". Oh, I love it. Demario Douglas. Oh, see, I like Demario Douglas better than I like Malik Willis. Yeah, 5'8" goes high points the ball. You'll love to see it. Malik Willis escaping ankle tackles in the red zone for the touchdown. All right, nice comeback route. Once again on the left sideline, little late. Demario Douglas getting behind the defense. Yeah, little inside move. Yeah, little speed. Yeah, little speed. Finish the last 20. Oh, got brought down 10 yards short, but Demario Douglas is the only person at Liberty you draft. Man, Demario Douglas, folks. That's the name we should all be saying and not Malik Willis. Here we go. Stepping up in the pocket. Launching it. Open. A little low. Had to get it there. So, folks, I think I've seen enough. Let's skip wide. See, this is wide open, folks, but he underthrows this ball. This is way behind. You got to throw this one way more out in front. He shorts it, but that's Demario Douglas wide open. Demario Douglas is good. Demario Douglas is making Malik Willis look good. It's Demario Douglas y'all should be getting hyped on. Not Malik Willis, folks. No. Darn. So, I'm not buying Malik Willis, I'll tell you that, but I am buying Demario Douglas. Let's skip a little bit in the highlight package. Let's see, did he just come on late in the season? We know he didn't because we know he lost his last 3 games to the, before the bowl game. Here we go, Malik Willis standing in the pocket, delivering. That was a great strike right there. Stood tall in the pocket, took a shot, and delivered a real nice ball deep in the end zone. Nice one-on-one coverage. Threw it out in front where the receiver could go get it. And that was a real nice throw right there. But, still losing that game. Down in that game. Not good. Here we go. Back of the end zone. Defender falls down. Receiver wide open. Back of the end zone. Once again, in the red zone. Just going to take off and run with it. Is that impressive? These red zone runs? We see a lot of quarterbacks do that. I don't know. Does that make you special? I don't know, man. This one's wide open. This is a deep bomb. I'll give him this bomb. He's going to launch it from the 35, backpedaling, getting it all the way down to the 15. I mean, that's real good, absolutely. What is that, 50 yards clean on the backpedal? I'll give him that. And this is the bowl game. Against Eastern Michigan doing that throw. All right. Demario Douglas scoring in the bowl game? Where Demario Douglas in the bowl game at, folks? Is he right here? Are we going to get it? Oh, hang on. Well, let's send it on here. Here we go. Last play by Malik Willis. This man's going to run it 40 yards to the end zone. Once again, a little bit of Indiana Jones Boulder speed a little bit. All right. In the red zone, up 42-10, just stunting. Is that Demario's? Oh, it is! Yeah! Demario's Marcos, folks. Yeah, he's getting into the scoring action in the bowl game as well. Nice little out route in the red zone, in the end zone. Fantastic. So, all right, Demario Douglas, folks. I'm liking him better than Malik Willis. I don't know what to tell you. So, and then we get this. We get his highlights from the combine. Let's see what Malik Willis got here going on. Well, once again, those in-game highlights, they were okay. They were okay. Nothing special in my opinion. Here we go, thrown at the combine. Nice little slant route. That was accurate, right in the hands. We'll give him that. Here we go, another route right here. Another slant, high, right in the hands. All right, out in front, not behind. Here we go, next route. What do we got? Next throw. We got like a 15-yard in. Nice little 15-yard in route. That was accurate. But once again, I mean, these are combine throws. No pressure. Well, there's pressure because you got to perform. But no defense. You know what the routes are. You've gone through this a million times. The deep ball. There it is. So I don't know, man. Malik Willis just didn't move the needle for us. That's really all it was. I never saw anything explosive. Those numbers are not good. Those are not good numbers. That's not draftable numbers right there. I think you're just drafting him off of his combine performance, and I don't know if that's a good gauge. So I'm going to have to unfortunately be the hater here, folks. I know y'all are loving Malik Willis. It's Malik Willis this. It's Malik Willis that. That's all y'all are talking about. Malik Willis is the best quarterback in this draft, but if this is the best quarterback in this draft, I'm definitely staying away. Not moving the needle. That's all I'm saying. Not moving the needle on us. For us. Not moving the needle. For us, officially being right down in the notes, folks. And once we write them down in the notes, it's on the record. I can't change it. Not moving the needle for us. The stats are really trash. I'm writing down trash. Stats are trash. These are not good, folks. We must call them like they are. The speed was okay. Speed was okay. Above average. I'll put it above average. It was good speed. Above average speed. But But man, oh man, let me write this as well. Demario Douglas, more attention grabbing. I'm telling you, that move that he put on that kind of out turning into a hitch route, that second move, oh, wow. Woof. Sheesh. Better than any throw we saw Malik Willis throw. So that's Malik Willis, folks. Just not move the needle for us. Maybe he's good. I don't think he will be, but I don't know. I don't draft him. I do not draft Malik Willis. Obviously, we have to see these other quarterbacks. We got to see Kenny Pickett. But, yeah, those stats are woof. I don't even know how you even get past these stats. How you get past those stats? 61% completion percentage. This is what we're doing now. Can I watch lowlights? I always try to watch the lowlights. Not a lot of people post lowlights, which is kind of weird because y'all love being negative, but y'all don't post lowlights on Twitter, on YouTube. It's a little interesting. Malik Willis lowlights. We get this all plays from the final game against Eastern Michigan. Let's see what some throws that he didn't do so well on, shall we? Read option. Picking up 5 yards. Can't really bounce it out to the outside. Here we go. See, just look at this. I mean, this is a one-on-one matchup. You've got look at all that room. Look at all that room on the sideline to throw this ball. And he throws it too much inside. I mean, yeah, I'm not buying him, folks. Getting brought down. Does he escape this? This a sack? Pressure comes immediately. Escapes it. Stays on his feet. Then just has to throw it away short. That was good escapability, though. The man's an athlete. We'll give him that. The speed is the best thing about him. But you can't just be good at speed. That doesn't win games, folks. It doesn't. Why did when Tyler Huntley came into the game for Lamar Jackson for the last 7 games, why did they go 0-7? It wasn't because he wasn't athletic, like he wasn't running like Lamar Jackson. Obviously not as good, but still capable of running. It was because he's not clutch, first of all. Lamar Jackson's one of the clutchest quarterbacks in the NFL, folks. That was made noted this season, absolutely. But we still need you to deliver the ball pretty accurately. And Tyler Huntley was not as good as Lamar Jackson was accurately throwing the ball. Got to throw the ball. You can't make a living just running the ball. Here we go. This one, there's no separation for these receivers. He just overthrows it. Once again, I don't mind him taking these chances. That's one-on-one matchup, and look at this. Demario Douglas getting the flag. Yeah, Demario Douglas drawing the penalties. Love to see it. Letting this one fly. Way overthrown. I mean, this is what we get here. And bailed out by the penalty. Bailed out by a pass interference. So I'm not buying Malik Willis. I'm not buying him. I'm ruling, folks. The gavel. I truly got to get a gavel here. I got to get a gavel. We got to start gaveling on the show. I got to let it be heard, folks. I'm not in on Malik Willis. That's what all the hype was? That's who y'all were clamoring to watch on the show? This dude? This is who we kept putting off and building anticipation every week for the last month? For that? For a good combine throw? Zach Wilson had a good combine throw. He had one good game. He did beat the Jags. We give him credit for that. But is Zach Wilson good? Let's actually transition. Let's read into this story. So let's go to this. Keep everything that we just said. We're going to officially close the Malik Willis segment. That's what he was. But now let's refocus in on big combine throws, Zach Wilson not moving the needle. And, I just want to kind of keep Malik Willis and Zach Wilson together. Let's keep them together a little bit, yes? Both being popped off by their big combine throw, not their great college careers. What did Zach Wilson do? Let me bring up Zach Wilson's stats in college. Was he just like Malik Willis, nothing good? Or was Zach Wilson better? Because that's not going to look good for Malik Willis. Here we go. College, sports reference. Here we go. All right, here we go. Zach Wilson, 65%, 62, but he did have 73 his final year at BYU. That's what we're talking about. 73% completion percentage, magnificent. 3,600 yards, 33 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. These are numbers right here, Malik Willis. So, yeah, this is definitely not looking good for Malik Willis. Both only having one good throw, even though Zach Wilson's numbers are miles, universes ahead of Malik Willis's numbers? Malik Willis's numbers are so trash, folks. I don't even know why this man's even being talked about. I can't get behind those numbers. So, now let's go to Zach Wilson. Here we go. Let's go to this story. Here we go. So now let's transition to some NFL stories up here. Done with Malik Willis and watching him. But here we go. On Zach Wilson. Here we go. Let's just get into this because it's a nice little quip, but it speaks to the off-season struggles this year of the Jets of trying to sign some big names. And the most notable name is Tyreek Hill. Once again, it was really kind of down between the Jets and the Dolphins. And then after Tyreek Hill gets signed, he comes out and says, oh, it was always the Dolphins. It was always the Dolphins. The Jets were never the thought. But, I mean, I'm sure it was a thought. I'm sure the two teams were, the two teams up to get him. And they didn't get him. So Zach Wilson and the Jets not being able to attract free agents, even though Zach Wilson was buzzing after that Titans game, even though Zach Wilson was buzzing after the pro day, that doesn't affect you getting free agents. Attractive destination is not the Jets. It's not playing with Zach Wilson. So I want to read this one paragraph right here on Zach Wilson in the Jets struggles this offseason. So The Athletic's Mike Sando reports the Jets have been turned down by several free agents this offseason. Says this, an NFL executive told Sando that the Jets were, quote, were in on a ton of guys and got nobody, end quote, including Tyreek Hill, who chose the Dolphins over the Jets when Kansas City granted him permission to seek a trade in March. Quote, they don't have a selling point to players right now, the executive said. Quote, people don't know what to think of Zach Wilson. Players don't necessarily covet playing in that market, and guys who have choices tend to wind up elsewhere. They are in this weird purgatory, end quote. New York this offseason has signed second and third tier free agents like Tyler Conklin, CJ Uzomah. Let's not disrespect CJ Uzomah, tight end university out here, calling him tier 2 and tier 3 choices. I think we upgrade CJ Uzomah to tier 1 category. So Mike Sando, don't get on our bad side. Don't get on our bad side disrespecting tight ends out here. We wave this flag proudly every show, yes? Shout out to CJ Uzomah. That's a huge pickup. I don't know if I count that as tier 1, tier 2. I count that as tier 1. CJ Uzomah, tier 1. Official. Let me gavel this. See why we need a gavel? It needs to be in the record. It needs to be ruled upon. CJ Uzomah. I'm giving that man A1 tier. Well, not A1 tier 1. I'll give him tier 1 tight end status. All right, let's get back to this. So they signed CJ Uzomah, guard Laken Tomlinson, and safety Jordan Whitehead, while falling to land a splash free agency signing despite plenty of cap space. An improved performance from Zach Wilson in 2022 would go a long way in luring big-name free agents to the Jets next offseason. It would be exceedingly difficult for Wilson to be worse than he was as a rookie. Okay, I mean, Zach Wilson, he did show some nice bright spots here and there. Once again, the big arm talent is always good, but don't get too big on big arm talent. Colin Cowherd is still riding with Sam Darnold, and we know that's the wrong choice. Everybody knows it's the wrong choice, but I still think Colin Cowherd's digging in the heels, and what got Colin Cowherd attracted to Sam Darnold was the big arm. He couldn't stop talking about the big old arm, the big cannon he had. And yeah, that's definitely attractive, especially when you're kind of projecting on what a rookie is going to do, what a draft prospect's going to do. Yeah, big arm's always enticing. That's why the big arm play at the combine, at the pro day, blew up, and that's why Zach Wilson was more attractive, and that's why now Malik Willis is more attractive. Just don't fall in love with don't fall in love with the big arm against no defense. We can't fall in love with that. And I think people are falling a little bit too. It's all right to fall a little bit in love, especially when the numbers are great. When the numbers are great and you get that big arm and you get that big throw at the combine, yeah, you can gush. That's when you can gush. But when the stats look like that, and then the arm looks like that against no defense, it's like, yeah, I don't know if we should get excited about that. Zach Wilson had better stats and still wasn't that great this year. I think it was okay. I think it was all right, but it wasn't great and it wasn't good. So Malik Willis may be a little bit worse than Zach Wilson, and Zach Wilson's already not great. So that's not good. So I would be careful. Be careful on Malik Willis, yes? Yes?